That's a couple pounds of stew meat, just chuck roast, all chopped up, with a teaspoon of coarse black pepper and a couple of teaspoons of Himalayan salt. And next I'm gonna coat it all with some all-purpose flour, a couple tablespoons of all-purpose flour, just get it all, enough to get it all coated. And then I'm gonna start frying it. I'm just gonna sear it a little bit after that. Alrighty, and there it is with some all-purpose flour on it. Not a lot. I'm not making chicken fried steak. I'm making stew, so it's just enough flour to get it all over everything, just like a coating of it, a dusting. And then it's gonna get fried up. It's gonna get, I'll show you. Alrighty, I don't really like electric ranges, but you gotta work with what the good oven gods gave you. And that's just what I got. And so I cook everything on 4. Doesn't matter what it is in electric range, just cook it on 4. It's gonna get to the right temp, and then after a while you gotta make sure you take it off because it's gonna overcook. Anyway, I'm getting my tallow, my beef tallow good and hot. I don't like using like seed oils and stuff. Beef tallow, lard, butter. Those are the things I like to cook with. Best eggs in the world are cooked in butter. Anyway, and I got my beef. I think my grease is hot enough now. We'll see. But yeah, if you can hear it sparking, then it's hot enough. I'm gonna start putting it in there. I'm not really cooking it in here. I'm just searing it, basically. Searing the juices in it, I guess. Just like a steak. That's how you cook a steak, too. So I'm going to put all these in. I'm going to turn them around a little bit. Make sure not to overcook them. I'm just searing them. Getting them nice and seary on each side. And then I'll show you what's next. Later, dude! And see, you won't even get that much in there before you gotta turn it all over again. Because we're just searing it. We're gonna make sure we're not cooking it too much here. If it gets cooked too much, it's not gonna ruin nothing. I mean, it's a stew. When it stews, it's gonna soften up. That's about all I want to cook those right there. I'm gonna put them out of the pan and get the next wave going. This can be the same pan that I saute my other vegetables in, and they're going to go in here. Use the same waves for all the meat's done. Round 2. And there's round 3. Because of how fast it browned up, you gotta kind of just keep moving. Lay a little bit down, flip it over, pull it out. Lay a little bit more down, flip it over, pull it out. Now we're gonna use the same pan. Normally we'd use a Dutch oven, but I don't have one. So we're gonna use a crock pot and frying pan today. So I'm using. There's that. Alrighty. So I added 1 tablespoon of tallow to the pan, and now I'm frying up half of a big old onion and a couple of huge carrots and about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna fry those up for a little bit and get them soft. While that's going on, I'm gonna cut me up some potato cubes out of 2 big potatoes. Alrighty, nice and soft, a little bit golden. I'm going to add 2 cups of beef broth and a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and 2 teaspoons of thyme. I had all those in that cup ready to go. 1 bay leaf. I grabbed 2 because those ones are really little. 1 can of tomato paste, not sauce. Little tiny can, a little tiny 6-ounce can. Oop. And I'm gonna mix that up a little bit. Still gotta add my potatoes, but I wanna get that tomato spread out a little bit there. Now my potatoes, I like my potatoes with the skin still on them. And some people don't like that. They'd rather it be peeled. So I got 2 real big potatoes and I peeled one and I didn't peel the other one. That way everybody gets to like it a little bit, right? And I cut them in, you don't want them too small, about 1-inch cubes. You don't want them too small or else it gets all mushy. You don't want them too big either, and then they don't get cooked. Add those right in there. I'm gonna stir that up real good. I'm gonna I'm gonna bring it to a boil and let it simmer for a while. And I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, now just get it bubbling, let it simmer for a few minutes, that's all you really do. And I'm gonna put it right on top of the stew meat in my crock pot there. Just like that. Now, if this was a Dutch oven, I already would have preheated my oven, but it's not a Dutch oven. And crock pots are used to heating up slowly. So I'm gonna put this in the oven and then I'm gonna turn on the oven to 325 and let it cook for about 2 to 2.5 hours. I'm gonna stir it up real good. I might add a little more broth if I want to a little bit later. We'll see. That's gonna be beef stew. Later, dude. Just gonna put it in the oven just like that on a cookie sheet because I don't trust a crock pot in the oven, but we're gonna find out, aren't we? And then set it on 325. Whoops. The other way. We'll check it in about 2 hours, see if it needs a little bit more. Alrighty, and there it is after about 2 hours in the oven at 325. Potatoes are perfect. Fork goes in nice and easy, but they're not mushy at all. Yeah, that one's stuck. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. Carrots are perfect too, look at that. Yummy, yummy. Right on, right on. I'm actually gonna let this sit overnight because it'll actually be even better tomorrow. It's delicious now, but it'll be even better tomorrow. Kind of weird how that works. Later, dude! There it is. I transferred into another container so I can let it cool off and sit overnight in the refrigerator. But look at that. God, that looks so good. It is really good too. I tried a little bit of it. It is delicious. The beef is tender and you know, the way stew meat should be. Everything's perfect. Tastes delicious. Yummy, yummy. Later, dude.